Yep, okay. Back onto night seeing photos. It does actually automatically switch back to normal setting if you change from one mode to another. You think I would know that by now after having the camera for, you know, what, nearly 6 years now. But then again, memories of my old VHS. I never even told you about infinity focus on the VHS camera. Oh, it's a little bit easy going this way on this thing, but I've still got that little climb. Oh God, look at that. Oh, can you see the track, fellas? Oh, I've got to climb up there. Oh bugger. Oh Jesus, I've got to climb back up there. Whoa. I reckon Gideon and Rossi are laughing their heads off. What have I done, fellas? I think that's the track. Geez, I hope it's not. Or is that another track? Well, I suppose we're going to find out pretty soon. Hopefully before the card runs out. But yeah, I'm done, fellas. I'll do the pylon thing another day later on the week, because we're supposed to be having this sort of sunnage right through the rest of the week, and then after that it's got to piss down again, because we'll be so close to the third week of May. It won't be funny. So and then of course I assume because of that we might get some very early diaphanous mist, and I'll just hop in the car and, you know, maybe I'll set the camera up on the roof before we set off. But yeah, and depending on how good these things are I took today, you know, may have about 2 weeks of improvement on it. I don't know, but I'll give it a good go. But yeah, I don't know. It's not bad, I suppose. I know I go down to Aldinga Scrub sometimes, and I just get that. It's like a feeling like it's like 1/4 of what it used to be like in my childhood. You know, if they just had 4 times as many species, you know, it'd just be like, you know. And if you went down the road, you know, a couple of, you know, kilometres down the road, and, you know, some of the species were the same and everything else was different, it would be like WA. But no, just not enough species in the one area, sort of thing. And it's always the same species here, like, you know, the same 9 or so. You know, what we got, the stuff I sent to Gideon, and basically the only other one is a small form of Stricticornis which grows on the Eyre Peninsula, you know, which is as another relic from WA, I suppose. So I have seen it. I think Fred used to bring it in. Oh, the other thing I forgot to tell you, I think I have told you, I've forgotten, and I told you, was that Prey Foley used to bring in every bloody year. It was a giant thing. It used to feel like the edges of a 6-inch pot, and slightly different shape of leaves, you see. Chaddo said someone phoned him up and said he'd seen some Prey Foleys behind the Clarendon Oval or something. I've been out there. I don't think it's the Clarendon Oval, the vegetation. But then again, the Clarendon Oval is so close to Picket Range Road. It's just sort of pulling you one way and the other, sort of thing. You're thinking, whoa, doesn't look like the right soil here, but the right soil is so close. Have they got the right oval or what, you know? Yeah. So anyway, get up here and start a new clip. It's probably just going to be a wasted clip here. Probably watch it, probably won't even watch it once. Get halfway through, oh, it's so bloody boring. Richard, you keep going on about these things. But yeah, well, you haven't been here and you haven't lived through it, you know. All the woes and throes of my carnivorous plant society, you know. Yeah. A dumb theory, and then we find out the old buggers weren't even growing them in peat sand. They were growing them in natural soil. No wonder we could never compete with the old buggers, and no wonder we weren't going forward from a scientific point of view either. So, as I said, people just ended up wasting their time and their lives and getting so pissed off about it, I think. But as I said, the truth will out, and I think it has come out slowly. And I think there'll be a deluge after Magnum Opus comes out, I think. especially if he hasn't given credit where credit is due for some of the things. And some people start digging up the old journals and say, well, you know, that's not really what you said. It's actually you're quoting someone else. And did you say you were quoting somebody else? Yes. Maybe it'll have to go back and be pulped and reprinted. Yeah. Yeah. Be funny if there's a legal challenge. Yeah. I feel sorry for Stu if there's a legal challenge, but then again, if you're the publisher, those are the sort of things you've got to make certain are true, aren't they? Because you're going to end up footing the bill if it has to be pulped and reprinted. And of course that's going to have to be pulped and reprinted probably at your expense, not the person, because you've actually accepted a sort of agreement that you believe what they said is true. So yeah, I hope he signed some sort of legal agreement with the pernicious man of the West, because otherwise he could get, yeah, it could be the end of Red Fern Publications, you know. Yeah, I mean, well, what's going to happen with this CPN article that's wrong if it gets transcribed into magnum opus, you know? And whether our pernicious man of the West has actually transcribed it word for word because he wants to be a total bastard, sort of thing, you know. Oh, yeah, sort of like, oh, that's a real clanger over now. I'm going to make use of that. You know, who do I sue? Do I sue CPN, or do I sue both? Do I get Gideon to sue them both? You know, wait 10 years until, you know, Gideon's some sort of silk or something like that, and get him to then sue the pants off them for making that error, not you know, taking the proper peer review precautions of actually sending me a copy of the article before it gets published. When I mention, well, as I said, I thought I was only mentioning the second paragraph, but when I reread it, I'm actually mentioning the first paragraph. I mean, not receiving a copy of an article for peer review when you're actually mentioning the first paragraph of the article, I think that's a bit rich, isn't it? I think I have a genuine grievance, don't I? If you want to call it a grievance. It's not quite a French Revolution situation, but I think we are on the cusp of a CP revolution. You know, most of the older blokes aren't going to see it, I don't think. They're going to suffer off this mortal coil before they get to see the fruits of all our little labours, all our love's labours lost over the years. Yeah. Yeah, all must pass, as they say. Nothing lasts forever. It's entropy, man, as Mr. Flanders would say. Oh, I still hold out Eric Cochrane's, you know, Summertime Blues, because the wording in that song is just so fresh today. It's like it could have been written yesterday, and it still has meaning and relevance today. I still hold up that as some sort of pinnacle in songwriting, to be able to write a song whose verbiage in it remains as fresh and salient and relevant today as it did back in the 50s. I think it's pretty good. But again, basically what it's saying is politicians haven't changed. And nor have teenagers. Is he really saying that teenagers grow up to be politicians? Or is it that politicians are basically just teenagers who haven't grown up? Anyway, well, they lie and cheat and scheme and stuff like that, you know, like it doesn't really matter. Oh yes it does. Mother Nature will come back one day and won't she put the CO2 levels too high or something? But then again, even that sounds a bit specious. They had higher CO2 levels back in the dinosaur ages, and you had those not grass things, you know, what are they called? Pseudo plants growing the height of trees. And apparently, if you put the CO2 levels up even today, those plants will start growing big in a tree-like manner even today. They've still got the same genetics in them, basically. which I think is pretty amazing. I mean, surely doesn't that mean that until those plants actually grow up like trees, we're safe? We haven't actually gone back to the dinosaur age? I don't know, but geez, there's some stunning scenery out there. But I think my eyes are adjusting to it. The camera's probably gone all black or something. As I said, I need a better camera, fellas. But said, oh, I'm not greedy. All I want is what I see with my eyes, you know, the distance, left to right sort of thing, and then the same sort of definition that I see with my eyes, you know. Anyway, I think it's time to start a new clip, and I don't think I'll film. I'll just film when I get back to the car. I think we've had enough of a rant and a rave today. But it's good to get these things out of your system, because otherwise someone's going to get killed over there, I reckon. Because I reckon it's not just me that have got grievances with this bloke, our pernicious man. I think there's quite a few other people out there, and they're probably getting into the stage of their lives where they probably don't even bloody fucking care. They might just take him out, and you know, what's a couple of years in prison when you're going to die in a couple of years? At least you've taken out the pernicious man of the West. Yeah. Anyway, over and out.